Hey, fourth graders, this is probably going to be our last English video, but I did want to talk to you about prepositions and objects of the preposition. You can watch the Shirley English or Shirley Grammar jingles about prepositions, but a way that some of my teachers in the past have helped me remember prepositions. I'll show you this where I wrote some down. It's whatever a squirrel can do to a tree. Like it can go on the tree, up the tree, down the tree, over the tree, under, it could like go, like under the branches, I guess, or whatever. In the tree if it has a hole, into, beside the tree, to the tree, from the tree. Of is also a preposition. That's not one that can really, the squirrel could do. Also through, like if there was a hole, they could go through the tree or through the branches. So those types of words, though, are prepositions. And so that should help you at least get an idea of what those are. So on our marks, I added P for preposition and OP for object of the preposition. And so I'll show you in just a second what that is. But when you put these together and all the words that go with it, all the words from the preposition to the object, that's called a prepositional phrase. So just wanted to be sure that we covered that. So when you get to it next year, you can say, oh yeah, Miss Sims taught us about that. So just to review, V for verb, every sentence will have a verb. Some will have a helping verb. Every sentence has a subject, either subject noun or subject pronoun. Then A is for article, ADJ for adjective, ADV adverb, and then we'll add preposition and object to the preposition. And of course, you remember that we are underlining the complete subject once and the complete predicate twice. So we will start. Sorry, I had to open my markers. With the first sentence. Mrs. Sims went to school happily. And that's usually true. I usually am happy when I'm going to school. So we ask who or what is the sentence about? Mrs. Sims. And what is being said about Mrs. Sims? Went to school happily. So that's my complete subject and complete predicate. Then my action is went. Then who went? Mrs. Sims, and it's just two words to the subject noun because it's the whole name. And then we have to, went to school. So to is one of those words like we talked about. A squirrel could go to the tree. So to is a preposition, and then to what or to where? School is the object of the preposition. So then this would be our prepositional phrase, to school. And we use these a lot when we're speaking and writing, so you'll get lots of chances to see them. But then we have a word left over. It's in our predicates, so we can ask our adverb questions first and see if that helps us figure out. But you also might remember words that end with ly, our adverbs, right? So went how, because how is one of our adverb questions, happily. So it is, in fact, an adverb. So we would mark it. Okay. Next, scratchy sand got in my shoes at the beach. Okay, who or what is this sentence about? Scratchy sand. And what is being said about scratchy sand? Got in my shoes at the beach. Complete subject and complete predicate. Okay, so let's look for our verb. What was being said about the sand it got. So that's our verb. What got? Sand. So that's our subject noun. What kind of sand? So that's we're going to ask our question about the subject. What kind means it's an adjective. So what kind of sand? Scratchy. Adjective. Scratchy is adjective. Okay, and then you'll see we have some more words in our predicate. You'll see in, like a squirrel could go in the tree. So that is a preposition. In what? In my shoes. And you're going to look for the noun or the pronoun. That will be your object. And then my answers whose shoes, because it describes a noun and answers like which one or whose. It is an adjective. And then this whole thing, in my shoes, is a prepositional phrase. And then if you'll notice, we have another one. At is another one of those little words. And it joins this preposition beach to the rest of the predicate, to the rest of the sentence. So it is also, like you might say, the squirrel was at the tree. So at is a preposition. And again, if you watch the jingle, it has a lot of these words on there for you, so you can kind of memorize them. Then at what? At the beach is the object of the preposition. And we know a, and the are articles, so we mark it with an A. And then at the beach is our prepositional phrase. All right. Next, my friend's cat had kittens, so that inspired me to write this sentence. 5 furry kittens were born safely on Sunday. So who or what is the sentence about? 5 furry kittens. And what is being said about the kittens? Were born safely on Sunday. All right, and let's look for our action or our verb. What's being said about the kittens? Well, they were born. Born is our verb, but then because it happened in the past, we put were born. That is our helping verb. Okay, what were born? Kittens. Subject, noun. Okay, let's ask our questions about our noun now. What kind of kittens? Furry. Adjective. How many kittens? 5. Adjective. So both of these modify kittens or describe kittens. And then let's ask questions about our verb now, our predicate part. Were born how? Safely. Adverb. And then it tells us when they were born, but we've got this extra little word, on, because a squirrel could go on the tree. That's our preposition. And then on what? On Sunday. So on Sunday is our prepositional phrase. All right, next, get to work. Who or what is our sentence about? Hopefully you're starting to recognize these sentences pretty quickly. When they have an action at the beginning and they're imperative, then you is our subject. So that is our complete subject, get to work, complete predicate. Okay, and so then we know our verb is get. And who is supposed to get? You, subject. And this time it's a subject pronoun instead of a noun, because you is a pronoun, takes the place of a noun. And then we see one of these little birds. To is a preposition. To what? Object of the preposition. So to work is our prepositional phrase. Okay. So I would encourage you to pause the video now and write down the last 3 sentences, or if you printed it out, then pause it and do those last 3. And then when you're ready, you can unpause it and watch the rest of the video, and I will show you how I marked those, and you can check your sentences. Okay? So just restart it when you're ready. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you have completed your sentences, and now you're just checking them with me. Okay? The heavenly scent of fudge filled up the whole room. Well, who or what is this sentence about? The heavenly scent of fudge. And what is being said about the heavenly scent of fudge? Filled up the whole room. All right, so what is our action? filled is a verb. And then what filled? Now this one's a little tricky because you might want to say, well, fudge filled. But the fudge didn't fill up the room, the scent did. So scent is our subject noun. And then you see this of is one of our little preposition words. Then of what? Fudge. So sometimes you have prepositional phrases in your complete subject as well as your complete predicate. All right. Then what kind of scent? Or which scent? Heavenly. Adjective. The is an article. And then let's look at our complete predicate. You'll see we have a little word here, up. Filled up what? The room is the object. That's our, you look for your noun. Which room? The whole room. So that's an adjective. And the is an article. And up the whole room is a prepositional phrase. Okay. Next, turn left onto the next street. Who or what is our sentence about? Hopefully you said you. And what is being said about you? Turn left onto the next street. So our verb, our action is turn. Who turn? You, subject pronoun. Turn where? Left is an adverb. Onto is a preposition. Onto what? Street is our object. Which street? The next street, adjective. And the is an article. Onto the next street is our prepositional phrase. And last sentence, the amazing marble roller coaster went up to the ceiling. The amazing marble roller coaster is who or what. What is being said about it? It went up to the ceiling. Our verb is went. What went? The coaster. That's our subject noun. What kind of coaster? It's a roller coaster. And what kind of coaster? A marble coaster. And what kind of coaster? Again, amazing. So all of these are adjectives that describe coaster. And then that is the article. And then you see went where? Adjective. Now sometimes up is a preposition, but it has to have an object. So if it's went up what? Well, it didn't go up anything. It doesn't tell you. There's no object to go with it. So, oh, and that's not an adjective, sorry, adverb. So we have to ask one of these adverb questions. Where did it go? Up, and so it's an adverb. I'm gonna write that again just to make sure you can tell. So that's an adverb. But to is one of our little words that can be a preposition. To what? The ceiling. It does have an object. So then we can make that our preposition. And then the is an article. So to the ceiling is prepositional phrase. Okay, great job.